Hey guys, welcome to another video on the breakdown, and today we're going to talk about one of the trickiest little plays, that right there, and it's traditionally called a Mita, and the reason it's called that is because the person that just threw that pass is Mita Graham, and I'm not going to say he invented the play because I do not know that. It may have been invented somewhere else, but he definitely made that play popular. So that's where the name comes from. He popularized the play. The play is associated with the number 2 there that threw the pass. So let's talk about this play because it's a little bit different with the winger coming sort of in a different channel. So they run an ML play, which that's the middle they're dumping for. This guy dumped the ball, so we have a middle with a link running like a rooster line. And the dummy half running around so he can sort of attack that offside player. And what happens here is during this play, he specifically angles back around to the short side, and that means that policy comes into play with these 3 defenders, and they start pulling corner. So they have to go all this way because they're going to start manning up on their player. All right, so what happens there is you can have a look at the winger right now. He's pulling corner, which is policy. However, look where he's watching. He is watching that the player with the ball. His eyes are on the ball. He's not looking at his player. His body is moving towards where the player should be, but his eyes are on the ball. So while his eyes are on the ball, the winger in front of him changes his angle to run in. And he basically catches that winger off guard. I have a couple more examples of a different way that you can do this. But a Mita, it's basically when you start a short side raid. And you got to remember when you try this play, you've got to give yourself a fairly large short side. That's why they started with a middle. So they knew that the short and the open side were going to be pretty similar. So that's the side of your short side. A little bit more. All right. And that just makes the gaps for that winger to run into a little bit bigger. Right, so let's fast forward through that and we'll go to the next play. Nice little try. That's just at the recent World Cup I believe that was a semi-final as well. Here's another one. And that one, I think a touch was made there, but you can see it was a very close decision and almost caught them with their pants down. Technically, this isn't the short side because we have a sweeper. So the sweepers come around. This guy's pulled corner, but when you take off the other way, because this is dummy half, it's usually treated like a short side as well. These guys won't come up and hit because it's like a 3-on-2. It's just such an easy try. All right, so the back middle will call man on. And what they do is they go around for the sweep. They take... Oh, I've gone the wrong one. Anyway, let's continue here. So he's switched under, which has made this defender think, okay, I can come in, theoretically, while this guy is still going out because policy says pull corner, and that allows the winger an opportunity for a hole. We continue play. There it is there. Let's just go back a bit because I did fast forward that by accident. But that's what that switch is. The switch is just to make the link move in while the winger still moves out. So there's a switch. There, and I think that's a touch. Just saw it at the last minute. We've got another angle of another play now. Goes short side. There's that switch. Okay. Which basically means this guy can now come in and make the touch because there's no numbers on his outside. By him coming in, the winger is still going, he's off screen, but the winger's still pulling corner. And all of a sudden, this gap here is now increased for the winger, which is this guy here, because that's the link that's just switched under. He is just screaming onto that hole. And there it is there. And by the time the defensive winger realizes it, it's too late. And a lot of times, like I've been there, I've done the defensive winger, like just in training and that, and you just see this body just run past you, and you're just like, oh, and you feel a bit silly. It's not a nice feeling letting that winger go on your inside. because essentially you've let a cheap try in on the short side. But that's a Mita. I don't know really anyone that would call that anything different. I think a play like that, it's well deserved to have it named after you. But yeah, thanks for watching. Give it a try. Just do it at training. My best guess would be to do this off a tap-off move because it's sometimes during the game it's hard to get the vocab out to the wingers. But yeah, it's just a good way to get them involved too, like a bit more. Can be a bit lonely out on the wing. But thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Every Monday we'll get a new video. Subscribe to get a notification. Become a member. Get some cool stuff. See the videos early. And we're going to start doing, if I haven't already, because this is a delayed release, if I haven't started doing some live chats. So, cool stuff coming. Right, guys. Thank you. Bye.